Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is podcast number 4. It's been a while because I've been busy doing stuff, but just haven't got round to doing any videoing. I'll show you what I've made and then we'll go on to what I'm working on, because and then that will pick up from my last podcast. So what I've made is a little slipover jumper. Well, they call it just a slipover, but it's a hoodie. It's a hoodie one with the hood. Oops. It's not for me, just in case you were wondering. Oh, that's a bit small. No, it's for my grandson. Oh, the pattern, yes, the pattern I used is this one. Now, obviously, as you can see, I didn't use the yarns that were in this because I'd bought this first, this yarn, and so then I looked for a pattern to use it. Let's go that side. Oh, yeah, so that's the pattern. It's king coal and double knit, and yeah, what else can I tell you? I can't show you the pattern because it's paid for. It's lovely, it's a lovely pattern, and I knitted it up for a 5 to 6 years. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. It's lovely. And then I managed to find some buttons that I thought went quite well with it. Yeah, so I'm really pleased. I'm hoping that it's going to fit him well. Yeah, because he's 5, and but he's not, well, I don't know. He's quite a slim lad, so but I'm not sure about his height, to be honest. Yeah, but anyway, I did it for 5 to 6 years, so if it's slightly too long, he'll grow into it. So next I'm working on socks. I'll show you my socks. So I think last time I mentioned that I wanted to knit some socks, but I hadn't got any yarn or anything, so I've since bought some yarn and started on some socks. I'm knitting 2 at a time. I quite like that, so I'm doing 2 at a time. So I got so far on this one, then I'm working on this one at the moment, but I'll show you how far I've got. And I'm really enjoying it and liking, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But this is the oh, have I got the label for the yarn? Oh, it'll be in the bag. Yeah, right, bear with me a moment. This is the label. Let me show you what I'm doing. This is the sock, so obviously top down, cuff down, or however you say it. Yeah, it's and what it is, the pattern is like a zigzaggy, but it's lovely. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I can't go fast with it. It's a cable, so I'm having to use the cable needle for it, but it's lovely. I really love the design. Now, and the yarn, I'm really liking how the yarn is looking and knitting up, etc. So the yarn is, it's Head Over Heels All Stars, by Stylecraft, and the where is it? The shade is 3919. Then you've got the dye colour, and it's called Red Pots, and that's there. Okay, so yeah, and that's the label back to front, obviously. Okay. Right, so yeah, so that's as far as I've got. That's what I'm working on, and the bag that I'm using is this little one here, the project bag, which is lovely, which I purchased from Davina, who has an Etsy shop, Little Workroom Crafts, and I love it. It's such a lovely little bag, little project bag, and I bought some DPN holders for it as well, but lovely. Love her bags, I must admit. Yeah, beautiful. So it's I keep this as my sock bag, one of my sock bags. Yeah, so that's what I keep it in, sort of, although I don't keep it in there, but that's my sock bag. And I've got my other needle there. I don't know what I got that for. What did I get that for? Because I'm working on the little 9-inch circulars, 2.25, and I got this for something. I think I got it to do for when I do, I don't know, because when I do the hill flap thing, I shall do that probably on DPNs, so I'm not sure. I'm sure I got this to do something or other on the circular, can't remember, but anyway, that's in there. But this is what I store, keep them in, work from, basically. Yeah, so it's just a cereal bowl. I was going to chuck it out because it's got a crack in the bottom, so I can't use it for putting cereal in. But I thought, oh, because it's a nice little bowl. Yeah, nice little bowl. There's a brown rim, and I thought rather than waste it or chuck it, you know, bin it, I thought, oh, I could probably make use of that. So yeah, so I put my 2 little cakes of yarn in, and my little, obviously, the little socks that I'm working on. I'll put that back in the bag actually, and then yeah, so it's handy. So that's another thing I can just pick up and put down. I tend to sit it on the coffee table actually, which I shall put there. And I'll put this back into there. So the pattern, sorry, I nearly forgot about that. The pattern that I'm using is, let me find the front start of it. Is it which is the beginning? I think it's this one. This is the start of it. It's a free pattern, you know, that you can download and print off, and it's from Prairie Girl Designs, and they're called Zigzagular. Am I saying that right? Zigzagular. No, there's no Zula in there, is there? I don't think. Zigzagular. It's hard to say. Zigzagular. No, there's no Zula. Zigzagular. Socks. Oh dear. But yeah, I'll show you. Oh, it's backwards obviously, but yeah, Zigzagular. No, Zigzagular. Yeah, but lovely. And yeah, obviously I'm not using that yarn, but it's a lovely pattern. Yeah, it does look lovely. So it Yeah, you've got the instructions there. Nice, good instructions actually so far. Anyway, obviously I've not got to the heel flap yet, but yeah, that's what they look like there. So, and that yarn is it's like a stripy yarn, isn't it? But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I'm not sure how I came across it actually. I think I was just looking for sock patterns. I think I looked for sock patterns for stripy yarns, and that's what come up. One of them that come up. Yeah, because she said, yeah, the designer. Sorry, the designer is Susie White. Knitting. There, and then next I'm knitting a little jumper for my grandson. That slipover top is for my great grandson, and I'm knitting a jumper for my grandson. So let me find now the pattern is, it's kind of my own, it's my own kind of my own design really, because I'm not following a pattern particularly. I'm just taking bits from various patterns for the measurements, and then I'm just knitting up. So it's, yeah, it's just a jumper. So this is the back. That's just the back, which is, I can't really show it much, but that's the back. See what the colour's like. Yeah, it's not bad. The colour's fairly as it is. It's not too bad. Only sometimes it has a slight, sometimes depending on the light, it has just a touch of mauve in it. Is it mauve or something? But it's blue. It's like has pink, not pink, sort of warm. I suppose it's like blue, and it has warm tones in it, so that's why it's coming up. Sometimes it looks thing, but that's the back. And then obviously I've got to do the sleeves, but this is the front that I've come up with. Now I've taken inspiration from the socks, from that design, that wavy cable design. So I really liked it, and I thought, oh, because I didn't want to do just a plain jumper with nothing on the front. So I thought about, oh, what can I, I want something to put on the front, some sort of pattern to put on the front, and I really, really liked that that wavy pattern there, but it's done on the circular. So I thought, oh, I wonder if I could somehow put that onto, sorry, I'm just looking at a bird in the garden. I wonder if I can put that onto the front of the jumper. So I played around a bit, and because it's done on the flat, it's different to when you're doing the round. So yeah, that was a challenge to try and get it to go the wavy bit, and it's not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same stitch, but this is what I've come up with, and I've done it as a panel, if you can see. So that's what I've come up with, and I love it. It is just so nice. I think it's brilliant. I love it. I'm just so pleased with it, how it's turning out. And obviously that will go right up to the neck and then to the shoulders, because when I was working it out from the sizing, I thought, well, because when I get to the armhole, it's going to go in. I'm going to be casting off stitches, etc., and then it's going to decrease a certain amount and stuff. So I thought I can't start it right at the very edge of the, right here at the edge of the you know, the front, the garment type thing. So I thought I need to start it in so that the actual cabling starts further in, so that then when it carries up to round the neck, etc., and the shoulders, it will just, hopefully it will just keep going straight, and then I won't have to lose any of this off the side, if that makes sense. Anyway, I worked it out, I think. Hopefully I've worked it out. So yeah, so, and also what I had to do is work out the pattern, because it's done on the flat and not in the round. It is different, and it also, it's not exactly the same. The stitch is slightly different. So if you look there, how that looks, like so, and then if you look at the sock, how the sock is, the detail on the sock. See, now with that, oh, focus, hang on, it's like a flat, and you can see this, the V's basically, you know, can't you? You can see the V's there on the stitches. But with this one, they're not, they're more ropey, I suppose. Is that the right word? Ropey, like a rope. Yeah, but no, I love it. I'm so pleased, and I'm really proud of myself for coming. Oh, and the yarn, sorry, let me put that back because I'll get tangled. That's the sock. And so the yarn is, I'll show you the yarn. Well, that's the yarn. Oh, I've got it here actually. I'll put it to the side because I've got other yarn to show. But this is the yarn. Oh, it's backwards. So, oh, it's Signet, I think it's pronounced. Signet DK, Signet brand DK, 100 grams. It's shade 851 denim, and then you've got the dye lot. Yeah, so it's 100 grams. It's where is it? 100% acrylic. 298 meters. I think that is referring to the meters. Doesn't seem to have the yardage. Can't see the yardage on there. But I got it from Wool Warehouse, and but it's the brand Signet. Yeah, and it's a DK, and it's called denim. It's nice. Yeah, I like it. So that's the wool. Put that back there because that will go into the other thing. And then I was going to show. So in the bag that I'm keeping it in is one that I made myself, project bag, which I was very pleased. Did I show it last time? I don't know if I showed it last time. I think I've shared a picture of it on Instagram, but I don't know if I actually showed it in my last podcast. Oh, it's a little rain garden. Yeah, so, but anyway, this is the bag. My first ever project bag that I made. It's got a box, what do you call it? Is it called a box bottom? Don't know. Anyway, and a drawstring, like so. It's really, yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. And I even made the cord myself. Ooh. Oh. With you'll all know them, I'm sure, the French knitting, you know, where you get the little dolly thing and you got the little 4 pins and you thing, yeah. So, and I used the lace cotton stuff that I've got, a ball of it. So yeah, so I made my own cord to thread through. I've got there's no pocket inside though. Yeah, I wasn't that adventurous. Maybe next time. But yeah. Oh God, do you know, this next item, this next garment has been such a chore. And I think I did mention it. I showed it, I think, because I'd started it in my last podcast. I'd started it, and it's been such a... When did I start it? Back in... Oh, where's my little book? Hang on, bear with me. Let me get my little book out, because that will tell me when I started it. There. So I have these little booklet things that I make. I make them so that I can use them in my knitting. I've got a few here. Let me just grab them. Hold on. I'll show you. I think I did show some that I'd made last time. I made a few more. But these little booklets that I make just out of scrap paper, really. You know, little bits of paper I got. Anyway, so I've got a pile of them. So every time I start a new project, I put a book in with it. I'm trying to say. Yeah, so this is the one for my cardigan. So I started the project on the 26th of May this year, obviously. This year, yeah. Because some could be a year and they've had the project they've started, isn't it? I mean, that might happen to me. But no, 26th of May, and we're 31st of August today. Did I say that? Did I say what the date was at the beginning? I didn't, did I? It's 31st of... No, 31st of August. 31st of July. Blimey, I'm wishing the months away. It'll soon be Christmas as it is. Anyway, yeah, so May I started it. And I don't know if you remember, you can always go back and have a little look at my previous podcast. But, that goes in there. But the pattern, dropped it again. The pattern that I started with was this one. You probably all remember. You will remember if you've seen my previous podcast. And I was going to knit this. This is what I started knitting in this yarn there, which is lovely. I love the yarn. It's by James C. Brett. It's Stonewash DK, and the shade, is there a shade? Shade, it's just got a number SW2, but it's Stonewash. So it's like a variegated, isn't it? I think. But that's, yeah, that's the yarn. Let me just say it's 100% premium acrylic, which I think I did mention before. 317 yards, 290 meters. Yeah, and that was what I was going to knit up. It's a vintage pattern, and I started on the back, obviously. Now I'll try and insert some photos to show you my progress, and because I've since ripped it all back and I've had to start again on something completely different. Yeah, didn't work out basically, so, but that was what I started with. So I'll insert some photos because it's not like that anymore. I've ripped it all back, and I've done a lot. I'd redone the back. I'd started on the back, got so far and thought, no, I don't like this, so I took all that out and did it again and completed the back. Did I completed the front, 2 side fronts, I think, if I remember. Must have done 2 side fronts, and then I was doing the sleeves. I did 1 sleeve and then I was working on the other sleeve, and something wasn't feeling right at all, so, and I put the sleeve again. I pin it? I think I pinned the sleeve to the body because I had the front and the back, so I pinned the sleeve, and then I kind of like tried it on type thing as best I could, but it was definitely no way. It was the armhole, the bottom of the arm, under the arm, it was kind of right, it was down here somewhere, right down there somewhere, and it was like, oh, it was enormous. It was enormous. Thought, no, this isn't right, you know. And then even the back, I thought, the back's big as well, isn't it? Really, it's huge. And I mean, I know I do, you know, chose a larger size because I needed a larger size, but that was, yeah. Anyway, so I thought, no, this is just not working. I kept thinking, oh, I've got this really lovely yarn and can't seem to knit anything nice with it. So, but I'm not one to give up. So I thought, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna knit something with this wool, this yarn. So I looked again to see if there was any other patterns that I could perhaps knit up with it. I don't know. And then I came across a cardigan, and it was a top-down cardigan, you know, done on circular needles, but you do start from the top. So I thought, I wonder if I could do something like that, because I've never knitted anything like that at all, ever. And I know a lot of people do knit from the top down, the raglan from the top down. So, and I'd come across this video of this channel, and she was showing this particular pattern, and I thought, I think I might try that, because I might be able to do that. I think I might give that a go. So I did, and the pattern is, what's in here, sorry, the pattern is, oh, this is, I printed, it's a free pattern, by the way, and I printed it off, and my colours, my printer colours, rubbish, so ignore the actual, you know, colours and things, because it's not, but it's a cardigan. I definitely wanted a cardigan, and it's a free knitting pattern. It's by Lion brand. It says Lion organic cotton, Well, I'm not using cotton, am I? But it's a cropped raglan sweater, it says. Now, cropped, I think that means short, because it's short sleeves. Although I'm not doing short sleeves, I'm going to do long sleeves. And it's cropped, so presumably it only comes so far down the waist. But I shall knit it a bit longer to the right height, right length for my waist, I think. But it's I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it so far. Yeah, I'm liking how it's turning out so far. That's the pattern, and yeah, it's just called a cropped raglan sweater. It's called a sweater, but it's a cardigan, really. You know, they tend to call them sweaters, don't they, in the overseas. Yeah, so that's the pattern, and then here is the what I'm working on, where I've got so far, and I'm knitting it up. It's knitting up ever so quick. Oh, let me just make sure that they're not going to come out. Let me try and, so I've got past the sleeves, so I've separated the sleeves off like it says in the pattern, and there, that's obviously, it's, you know, it don't look much at the minute, but that's how it's turning out. So I've separated the sleeves off, and then what I'll do is I'll knit full length sleeves to my the length that I want. So I've got to do some decreases on the sleeves as I go longer, because in the pattern it's short sleeves, so it gets done to there, and then the ribbing is put on, which is nice, but it's not what I want. So, and then that's the back. Yeah, so I think it'll be nice when it's, and I have tried it for the, you know, to make sure I've got the correct length for the arms, to go under the arms, you know, to fit, so I've got room under the arms, and then I'll do the rest of it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that's turning out. So I don't think I've got too much more to do, because I don't want it too long. I just want it at a nice length for just, I suppose, just to the top of my hip, perhaps. But I'll try it anyway. I shall try it on and see, and that's the nice thing, isn't it, about working from the top down. You can get a better judge of the length, I think, because you can try it on as you go. So I'm really pleased with that. So isn't that nice? I think it's nice. Colours are nice. I didn't add any other pattern to it. It's just plain stocking stitch. I didn't add anything more to it at this stage, because I thought, well, I've got to get my head round working from the top down. It's a new type of, completely new type of experience, knitting experience for me. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm knitting, and I have to say I am enjoying this, and also because it's looking right. It's looking like it's turning out okay. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. So that's the other thing I'm knitting, working on. So that's the cardigan, the jumper, and the socks. That's it. That's what I'm working on. I've shown you what I've done. So the next thing is, sorry, bear with me a moment. I'm just going to tick off what I've done, because otherwise I get lost what I'm knitting. Yeah, so I've done that. So guinea pigs making a noise in their cage. So what next to knit or crochet? So next, when I finish that cardigan, I will, I might even start another one beforehand. There's no reason why I can't. But I should definitely knit another cardigan, I think, from in the top down raglan cardigan, because I like cardigans because you can take them off and you can have them undone as well and things like that. So a cardigan for me, a cardigan for my great granddaughter, and some more socks. I'll probably I'm sure I will knit another pair of socks. I'll cast on another pair of socks when I've, you know, finished them. Yeah, so definitely another cardigan, I think. Little cardigan for my granddaughter, great granddaughter, and yeah, and then maybe something else, I don't know. I mean, I've still got my Christmas shawl to be going on with and everything, so I've got plenty I can be doing. Yeah, I've got, yeah, no patterns, so I'll probably, I think next time when I do a pattern, a cardigan, I think I will incorporate a pattern into it, like at the front, a front border, or maybe something on the sleeves, just around the sleeves. So I think I'll probably do that, because hopefully I'll be feeling more adventurous with working a top down raglan garment. So that's that. So the next, we'll move on to what I've bought. Oh dear, which is quite a lot. So I've done all that. That's all that side, so that's all there. Oh, I didn't show you the bag that I'll just quickly show you the bag that I'm knitting my cardigan in, which I have shown before. And that's this one, this little bucket bag thing that I've got. Yeah, which I like. I do like it. It's nice and roomy, and it's easy to pick up and put down and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what I'm knitting my cardigan in. Right, so I've bought, firstly I've bought yarn. I did a quite a big shop. I purchased, what do you call it, at Wool Warehouse, and so I bought quite a bit of yarn there, because if you spend a certain amount you get free shipping anyway. So, and I did want quite a bit really, because I've got hardly nothing as far as yarn's concerned. I mean, I've got some yarn that I've got purchased from the charity shop, which I haven't worked out what to do with it yet, because it's quite thin yarn. I think it's a 2 or 3 ply yarn. But anyway, so I did a shop at Wool Warehouse, and I bought the blue yarn, balls of the blue yarn for the jumper that I'm knitting for my grandson. So I bought a few balls of that, which is really nice. And then, as I've said, it's acrylic. See, I prefer knitting with acrylic at the moment at this stage, because you can machine wash it and everything. It's a lot easier, isn't it? So I bought that one, the blue, and then I bought this pink, this lovely pink. Now it is brighter than it's looking in the camera. Actually, it's like a candy pink. What's it called? So it's King Cole. Price wise, it says double knitting, and the shade is fondant. Yeah, so shade 128 fondant. Oh, how many yards is it? Let's have a look. yards. Where are we? Oh, 290 meters and 320 yards. 100-gram ball, obviously, as you can see. Made in Turkey under license for King Cole Limited. Yeah, it feels quite nice. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to knit a cardigan for my great-granddaughter with this colour. I haven't got the pattern yet for it, so I have to have a little look, search for a pattern to use for that first, for her age. She's only little. And then, so that's that one. Got a few balls. I think I bought, did I buy about 3 balls, I think, of that. I didn't need any more, certainly any more than that. I think 3. Did I get 3 or was it 4? Not sure. And then I bought this one because I thought, oh, I think that's a nice colour. I knit myself a cardigan probably in that. And again, that's King Cole price wise, double knitting. I think it'd be the same. Made in Turkey, 100-gram ball, 290 meters and 320 yards. And the shade is called Vintage Rose, which is what I wanted actually. I like that colour, Vintage Rose. Shouldn't that suit me? I think it'll look nice. I like the pink colours. Well, these sort of pinks anyway, for me. I don't want anything too bright. And then I bought this one. Again, to knit another cardigan at a later date. Again, same King Cole price wise. It's all the same, just different colours. And the shade is mustard. Yeah, so I think that'll be quite nice on me. Quite nice, make up a nice cardigan. And that colour. I like that colour. And then I bought this colour, which is a green. Shade Forest. It's called Forest. So that's lovely. It's a lovely green. I think it's slightly warmer than it's looking on camera. It's a slightly warmer green. Although it looks nice on camera, but I think it's looking a little bit cooler on camera. But it's actually warmer than it's looking in real thing. Right, so that's that. The yarn I've bought. There wasn't anything else. So yeah, that's all the yarn I bought. Then I bought a few little notions things. I don't know if I showed these last time in my last podcast, whether I had them even, I can't remember. But I bought a little set of needle stoppers, different sizes, so they're really handy, really nice. Sorry, I've got to try and remember to look in the camera instead of looking at myself. Yeah, so I bought them from Amazon, got them off Amazon. Nice little, and they come in a nice little case, so that's nice, I like that. Then there. And then I bought some, you get from Etsy, a seller on Etsy, and you get a pack of, well, I chose, I think you get various amounts, quantities. I chose 20, I think it was 20 of these little stitch markers. Let's see if I can. There, I'll get one out. I'm sure you've all seen them. They're the little round things. There. Where's the thing? Yeah, but you know, they're nice actually. I like them. I'm very pleased with them, and the seller was lovely. Yeah, very quick delivery, lovely packaging, etc. Very nice. In fact, I'll show you them on my jumper that I'm knitting. I'm using them, see how I'm using them to separate my the pattern, and because we've got a left and a right, which is why I've got two different colours, because left leaning cable and the right leaning cable thing. So yeah, so I put them on just to differentiate. I can't say it. Yeah, so but no, nice, pleased with those. And then round about the same time as I was getting there and chose them, I was looking on Etsy, and I come across this little, because I wanted a gauge. I mean, okay, I could use a ruler, which I did do when I was trying to gauge up that cardigan, raglan cardigan, and yeah, to how many stitches for my tension, etc. my gauge. And I think I'd seen somebody using a gauge ruler, so I thought, oh, I think I'll get one, because I'm sure, you know, I'll be able to make use of it. So it's only a little one, it's only a 2-inch one, and I chose inches as opposed to centimetres, because I don't know, a lot of patterns tend to go in inches, don't they? So yeah, so it's ever so cute. It's wooden, it's a laser cut there, and it's by, oh, it says laser by J, yeah, just laser by J at etsy.com. Swatch gauge, and with it, again, it was quite a quick delivery, fairly quick delivery, and with it, where's my bag, came free, which I thought was lovely, is a little like a key ring. It's not a key ring, but it's a little chain thing, little sheep to dangle off you. So I've added it to this project bag, which looks lovely. Yeah, little sheep. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Yeah, I think it's laser cut. It's a thank you, that's what it was. It was a little thank you gift. It says thank you for your order, and his name's John at laserbyj.co.uk. yeah, so that's that. That's the swatch ruler. Then these are not in order as I've bought them, by the way, but I just recently purchased a little set of cable needles. Is that focusing? I think it's because it's trying to focus on my face. Cable needles, straight ones, because I have got ones with the hook ones, these type. I bought a little set a good long time ago of different sizes there. So, but a bit awkward. So I thought, no, I'm going to try some straight ones, so we can get some straight ones. So, and it's 2 to 5 millimeters. So you get a thicker one there, thick one, and then you get the thinner one, like so. I don't know if you can pick that up, thicker and a thinner one. So, and I have been using the bigger one on my jumper, on this jumper there for the cable pattern. Yeah, so I was pleased with that. I am pleased. It's much easier, much better to do the cabling holding this. Yeah, so that's those. Got a set of. And then this is, I bought these a little while back actually, a few, probably last month, a month ago or so, is some material to make some projects, to make some more project bags at some stage. So it's just material off the market, or a local market where I live. There's a material store, it's been there for years. So I bought this one, the cotton material. So I bought this one with the hearts, lovely colourful hearts. You can see that. I just got a metre of each. Don't need any more than that. Yeah, so that's that one. Lovely heart, lovely and colourful, which I quite like that. Then I bought some gingham pattern one, cotton, just pink, which is nice. I thought that'll be nice to go with, you know, as a project bag, because I shall use, like I did with this bag, I'll probably make another one similar where you've got a plain bottom and then a patterned top, because I do like that style. And then the other one, so I've got 3 meters in total, so a meter of each. And then I got this one, which I thought was really lovely and pretty. I liked that. Yeah. Not terribly expensive, and it's not high-end material, cotton material, but I'm just making a project bag, so I don't need anything special. What did I have? That is it the same on both sides? You've got a right side and a wrong side. No, is that the? I think that's the right side. Just about. Pretty much the same, but I think there is a right and a wrong. Seems a bit brighter on that side than that side, so yeah, so I was pleased with that material that I got. As I say, I'm going to use it for project bags, and maybe little notions bags as well, that sort of thing. Yeah, so that was nice. So, oh, and the other thing which I haven't got here with me is, but I'll pop a picture in because I did take a photo, is a wool winder. Yes, I thought, oh, I'm going to treat myself to a wool winder, and I mainly got it because for me when I was doing the socks, because I only bought one ball and I wanted to knit 2 socks up at a time, and I was finding it awkward to pull the wool out from the middle and the end. You can do it, but it was, yeah, it was awkward, put it that way. So I thought, oh, I could do with splitting it, you know, having it into two little balls, and I could have done it by hand, obviously. But I thought, no, I think I'm going to treat myself to one of these wool winders and see what that's like. So I did, and that's what I done, wound up my yarn for me socks. And I've since wound the yarn for my cardigan, which I did show. Oh, did I? Oh, I haven't got it to hand. Oh, they're over there. I think I did take a picture of them as well, so I'll perhaps pop a picture of that in. So I wound them up because after I'd taken it all, undone it all, I needed to rewind it really, so I thought it'd be ideal for that. So yeah, so that's what I've purchased. Yeah, so it's quite a lot, but it's been 2 months, so yeah. Now I've got a tip, and yeah, it's just a little tip, but I think I'm going to share it, because you know, you might find it helpful or useful, whatever. So the tip is, as I was doing my cabling, I'm going to show it again for this, with the cable, well, before I bought my straight cable needles, I was using these. Well, I was using this one actually, because this one I was using on my socks because it's smaller, and then this one I was using on my jumper that I'm knitting there, and which are all right, but they are awkward, and which is why I thought I was going to try the straight cable needle, which is much better. But anyway, so, but the thing is with the cables, you know, you're doing your knitting, right? Okay, so you're doing your knitting. Oh, my battery's at 50. Oh, I'm gonna have to hurry because the battery's running out. God. So you're doing your knitting, and then you have to, you know, you pick up your cable, use it, and then you put it down until the next thing when you need your cable. So, and I was finding, which is fine, you know, it's one of the things you have to do. So then I was putting the cable down, and then often because I tend to do a lot of it on the sofa, and I'll put it down, and then I'll be mislaying it, you know, when I need it, or I'll be sitting on it or something, you know. So I'm thinking, oh, I could do with at first I thought, oh, if I had a pocket, I could tuck it in my pocket. It'd be easier, you know, because I could just pull it in and out of my little pocket here, and then I'm less likely to mislay it. And then that got me, and I thought, well, no, I don't have a pocket, and I don't have pockets on my clothes, and I can't really attach a pocket, and I was thinking, you know, and then I thought to myself, well, the thought that came into my head was, you know, when people wear, because I haven't got one, but people wear those wrist things where they can put their needle pins, you know, when they're doing their sewing, and they have their pins on a pincushion thing, but around their wrist and everything. So that was my train of thought, and then that got me thinking, oh, something else around my wrist that I could perhaps put this into. And then that made me think, I've actually got a wrist, what do you call them? I'll show you. Well, this is it. It's a wristband, I suppose, you know, that you wear when you're doing exercises or whatever at the gym or something, you know. I've had this for years. It's quite a longish one, because you can get them that size, half the size, but this is quite a long one. So I thought, oh, actually, so I put it on my wrist, goes like that, and then I thought, well, I don't really want to be tucking it in because it's gonna thing my skin. So I thought, well, if I turn it over like so, and to create kind of like a little pocket, right? So then all I do is just tuck it in like that. So I'm knitting away. Get my needles. I'm knitting away, right? And then I come to doing my cable. So I just pull it out, do my cabling bit, right? And then I just tuck it back in. I mean, how cool is that? I think that's brilliant. And then when I come to the next section where I've got a cable, I just pull it out, do my cabling, and then just tuck it back in. And you can do the same, you know, because obviously not everyone uses the straight ones, but you can do the same with these ones. Just tuck it in, do your cabling, pull it out, use it, tuck it back in there. And that way you're not having to sort of like reach down or mislaying it, thinking, oh, where did I, you know, put my cable needle. Yeah, so that's my tip. you might find it useful. That's the small one, and even for the big ones it still works for the bigger ones there. So yeah, that's good, isn't it? I'm quite pleased with how I'm quite pleased I thought of that because it's so handy, you know. And yeah, so you just put that on there, and I mean I think you can get different wrist whatsits, can't you? So you could get something really nice and colourful, or you know, different colours and things. You could you could even change the colours, couldn't you? You could have one depending on the project that you're working on. You could have a wrist thing, band thing to match. Oh dear. So yeah, so there's a tip for you if you might find helpful or useful. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go, won't I? My battery will be running out. I'll say goodbye for now, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, and hope you've enjoyed the podcast this time, number 4's podcast, and I will try and do them more regularly, but I do find it a struggle to get myself together to do them. So, but anyway, yeah, so I'll say goodbye for now and see you next time, and okay, so thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.